What happened?
I went out to dinner with Sean.
Well, I know that. That's why I'm here.
You didn't have to be here.
Yes, I did.
Why, to say I told you so? You were right.
I was?
About one thing.
Well, which one thing?
That Sean has more than just a fatherly interest in me.
What'd he do?
Well, nothing. It was just what he said. It's like it just all came out.
What do you mean it all came out? I mean, he said, I mean, what, he wanted you or what?
No. It was little by little. It wasn't himself. He was so beset with his problems. He was drunk. He'd had a little too much to drink, and I think he said more than he wanted to. I could tell that.
But you're not telling me anything. I mean, he said what? I mean, what did he say? Come on.
I felt so terrible for him. It was so sad.
How?
Sean all but asked me to run away with him, to leave Port Charles and live with him in Mexico. He said it was sultry and seductive.
Was he seductive?
No, he was upset with himself, Frisco.
Well, hell, he ought to be for coming on you like that. I mean...
No, he wasn't like that at all, really. He was trouble, I could tell. He's a very lonely man.
Oh, you think so, huh?
He's very lonely, I could tell, Frisco.
Yeah.
I've seen a whole new side of him tonight.
Doesn't sound like the Donnelly I know. I mean, where's Mr. Confident, right? Where's Mr. All-World Stuff, charismatic, the whole shot?
I told you, he's very lonely.
What about guilty? Did he say anything about his relationship with Slater?
No.
Yes, probably too busy hitting on you.
Believe me, Frisco, I was listening to a lot of different levels. Sean's romantic feelings for me were right on the table, but that's all. That doesn't mean he's guilty of anything else.
You did good, kid.
It was so painful. At least I know where he's at now, though. I've just got to be careful about him.
I know it must have been some dinner. You know, I'd really kill for a cup of coffee.
Well, I just put on the first pot of the day. I'm going to open up.
No, wait a few minutes. Wait, please.
Something wrong?
Well, I need to talk to you, all right?
What's happened?
Listen, there's a lot of action going on at Donnelly's warehouse. They lifted the quarantine.
Well, how does that affect us?
We have to move fast. That is, if you're still into finding out what's going on.
Oh, of course I am.
Good, because I think there's something coming down between Donnelly and Scorpio, and I want to get to the bottom of it.
What makes you say that?
They've been acting awful strange lately. I mean, real strange.
So you think the two of them are up to something together?
I think what I thought from the very beginning. I think Scorpio's onto something he's not telling us.
About Tony?
About Tony, about the treasure, about a lot of things.
If he wanted you to know, he would have told you.
Not if it has something to do with Donnelly, wouldn't.
What do you mean by that?
Look at their friendship. You know, he might be protecting Donnelly.
You're still assuming that Sean's guilty of something.
Listen, just because your dinner didn't go the way you wanted it to doesn't mean the guy isn't guilty.
It's not just that, Frisco. Sean and Robert are good friends. And if Robert found out that Sean was guilty of anything to do with Tony, He would be devastated. Not to mention how Holly would feel.
Well, you're handling that coffee pot like a professional.
Well, maybe I should take up waitressing.
You can wait on me anytime.
Oh, that sounds like a proposition to me, Terry.
Well, who's kidding?
Oh, listen, as long as you've got the day off, why don't you enjoy it together?
You know, that's a great idea.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way because I have plans for you.
Yeah? What'd you have in mind?
Well, Bobby's basement. Think you would be interested.
Look, I'd like to rent some space for me, you know, but the basement wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
No, there's some old furniture and things down there. You should take a look. They've been there for years.
Are they up for grabs?
Yeah. So why don't you go take a look at it with me? Because you might end up living there. You never know.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not that I can afford to move, but I think this stuff sounds kind of interesting. Do you think I could go by and look?
Not at all. In fact, if you find anything you like, I'm sure Bobby wouldn't mind letting you have it. Just meet us after you finish working.
Oh, thank you, Terry.
Okay? See you there.
Yeah, I'll see.
Hi.
Hi.
Would you like to go with me?
Where?
To see Bobby's place?
Why would I want to do that?
Just to see it, just out of curiosity.
Well, I'll skip the tour if you don't mind, okay?
Well, I could use the company.
I'll skip it, all right? I don't want to go. My mind is on the medical ship. At least that's all I'm thinking about. Ruby, could I have a little coffee, please?
Sure, coming up.